Hi everyone, I'm Swift.
And I'm Fox.
And today, we're going to be talking about Layla Fletcher from Unicorn Academy, the importance of representation in children's media, and how you can find strong women even in the most surprising of places. Unicorn Academy is a Netflix series about, if you hadn't guessed, a school for unicorn riders. The series is loosely based on the book series of the same name by Julie Sykes and Linda Chapman. It isn't the greatest show ever made. It has a weak overarching plot, a frustrating main character, and one or two plot elements that are definitely borrowed from other shows the creators have worked on. But that's okay. The supporting characters and single episode stories make up for it. The story of Unicorn Academy follows the students of Sapphire Dorm as they learn the ropes of unicorn riding and magic. And of course, save the world once or twice. It has an imaginative setting, solid animation, and fun characters. The writing can leave a lot to be desired, but despite that, I like it. Unicorn Academy is exactly the kind of show I would have inhaled and spent hours playing make-believe about as a kid. It definitely has the power to help children grow, learn lessons, and have fun. It inspires creativity.
And it actually lets the girls have sparkly unicorns for once. As the fourth video in our Year of Women series, it might come as a surprise that this video is both about a little-known children's show, but also not about the main character of that show. Sorry, Sophia, but we're talking about Layla today. Spoilers ahead for Unicorn Academy.
Many years ago, I was chatting with a Filipino friend about Harry Potter and how, because Harry had messy black hair and glasses, he remembered reading the books as a child and thinking to himself, he's just like me, and how rare and magical that was for him. And that was a light bulb moment for me, because as a brunette white girl, I'd never had that experience. But it was also a very sad moment too, because Harry isn't Filipino, he's English. And how terrible is it that my friend probably never saw a character who truly looks like him as a child.
Layla isn't Filipino. She's African American. And with her natural hair, shy demeanor, and dazzling white unicorn, she represents a lot for black children. She and the other very diverse cast of Unicorn Academy are characters that the media could learn from. But more than just being good representation, Layla is also a strong female character who goes through tremendous growth across the 2 seasons of Unicorn Academy.
Now, obviously Fox and I are super white. We can't speak in place of African Americans on their experiences. What we can do is advocate for them, and so when we see what we believe is good representation, we'll point it out. And we believe that Layla is just that. The entire cast of Unicorn Academy is wonderfully diverse, but not in an annoying way. Sophia is Hispanic, Ava is Indian, Layla and Rory are black, Valentina is Asian, and Isabel is white. Despite the wide range of ethnic backgrounds, it's never rubbed in our faces or made to be the only point of a character. In fact, Fox and I are pretty sure that many of these characters are some of the only examples of their race and trope combo, because they were written as characters first. Looking up the creators, we see a writing staff of predominantly women of varying ethnic backgrounds. Their other credits include The Owl House, Tales of Arcadia, DC Superhero Girls, and DuckTales, to name a few. Notice something those shows all have in common? Well-written women and diverse casts. This isn't a room of white people writing brown characters for cookie points. This is a room of people writing the characters they'd want to have seen as kids.
Having characters who are of multiple ethnic backgrounds, especially in a children's series, allows kids to feel seen and inspired. There is no default for the human race, or for the American people. It helps that the original book series is just as diverse, and it's wonderful that in adapting the books, they didn't do away with the diverse nature of the series. Now, let's talk about what makes Layla, Layla. Layla doesn't stand out much at first. She's one of a group of friends who all have their defining character trait and help the main character through the plot. She's the smart girl character. Her favorite things in the world are books, and she's always hungry for knowledge. But despite being the smart girl trope, she isn't unrealistic. She doesn't know absolutely everything for no reason. Instead, we see her actively researching whatever the episode's problem may be. She also isn't a know-it-all. We never see her drop the dreaded, well, actually, on her friends. And she doesn't inexplicably have access to military-level robotics or technology that plagues so many smart kid tropes. Instead, she is shy and cautious. She thinks her actions through thoroughly and is meticulous in her planning, sometimes to a fault. She regularly needs to be reminded not to overthink and to simply do. Her unicorn Glacier is much more of a daredevil than she is, but as one of the older unicorns, Glacier is patient and understanding with Layla, most of the time. In Season 2, Layla learns that she is not Glacier's first rider, but that a daredevil white cowboy was. This is difficult for her to accept. She's worried she's not good enough for Glacier, or that Glacier might want to go back to her old rider who had retired. The rider and Glacier both show Layla that Glacier appreciates more than one type of friend. This is simultaneously a good message for children watching the show who may be concerned about whether or not they fit into their friend groups, and a showing of how layered and realistic Layla is as a character.
Layla came to the Academy not knowing how to ride, because unicorn riders are chosen based on their spirit rather than their prior horsemanship, and I think that's amazing. As a little girl, I read a decent number of horse girl unicorn books, and it was always frustrating to me that most of the time the girls in the books who went on unicorn adventures already not only knew how to ride, but had full-fledged tack, gear, and a stable for their unicorn friends. As a kid in the inner city whose likelihood of seeing a horse, much less riding one, was slim to none, Layla makes me happy. She says that any kid can be a unicorn rider. Unicorns don't care if you come from a ranch family. They just care that you have a good heart. One other cool detail I think is super cool is that when the characters are partnered with their unicorns, they get hair streaks and cute outfits that match the colors of their unicorns. The characters with textured hair, like Layla and Rory, keep their hair texture when this happens. Since in Layla's case, her hairstyle was changed from an updo to down, adding the streaks wasn't just a simple matter of changing a few strands for her. She also kept her glasses. They were just glamified. And as someone who's seen a lot of glasses-wearing characters forgo their glasses for glow-ups, I super love that.
Media, especially children's media, should be diverse. It should have characters that children of all backgrounds can see themselves in and feel inspired by. Layla is a well-thought-out female character with goals, fears, and motivations. She's designed with care and will inspire children to be brave and try new things. And she will give little girls who look like her someone to feel inspired by. It may be Unicorn Academy. It may be Netflix. But honestly, there is a good in every bad, and bad in every good. An opportunity for improvement in every good. Even if something is flawed or up against the wall that is being a Netflix cartoon, that doesn't mean it's completely worthless. In fact, sometimes a show and a company can fail at one thing but do extraordinarily well at another thing. There are so many pieces that go into one piece of media. It's just not possible for every one of those parts to be equally awful or equally brilliant. This means that some strong female characters will pop up in places that you maybe weren't looking, including those assorted notorious Netflix exclusive cartoons.
So, what do you think? Is there a character who made you feel seen? Who would you like to hear us talk about next? We look forward to continuing to share with you a year of strong women.
If you liked what you saw and want to see more, consider buying us a Ko-fi with the link below. And please be sure to let us know by commenting, and subscribing. We super appreciate it.
See you next time. Thanks for watching.